This is Dan Bidondi for TruthRadioShow.com. Today is June 24th, going on the 25th of 2018. And yesterday, Saturday, session has ended. It's official now. The session has ended. But the good news out of this, even though this year they pushed the red flag policy, this year, and here in Rhode Island I'm talking about, they pushed the red flag policy and banned the bump stocks. However, we did have major victories here in the state of Rhode Island. And I'm not sitting here saying, we should celebrate, yes, but it should be a short celebration because we got a lot of work to do. But I want to talk about what happened. So basically, session ended officially. So now, officially, all bills that were attacking the Second Amendment are now dead in the water. They had 4 big draconian bills that would prevent anybody with a concealed firearms permit to enter a school or go pick up a kid. Now, forever in the state of Rhode Island, I've had a concealed weapons permit. Carlos Souza has one. A lot of people do here in Rhode Island. Never in the history of Rhode Island has a concealed weapons permit holder ever caused any kind of violence or shooting anything at a school. But, the Democrats, they want to ban that from happening. They want to ban you from going to your school, dropping kids off, picking them up, going about your business. In other words, you would have to go home, put your gun away, then go pick up your kids. Go out of your way to do all this when these are law-abiding citizens. And to get a concealed weapons permit here in Rhode Island, you literally got to pull teeth. You really do. And they do go through stringent background checks and everything else. So you have to have a squeaky, spotless, clean record. So anyway, that bill has been squashed dead in the water. Also, the governor's assault weapons ban, the ban on military-style weapons because they're so scary, oh my God. That's been dead in the water now, too. And her high-capacity magazine ban because, having 30 rounds in your clip is having 10 rounds. She wants to limit it down to 10 or less. So that's going to make a difference, for law-abiding citizens. That's dead in the water. And from raising the age from 18 to 21 to buy a rifle in Rhode Island, that's now dead in the water. And here's the thing about that, too. 18 years old, you can move out. 18 years old, you can go drive a car. Okay, a car is more dangerous than a gun. Cars kill more people than guns every day. And you could join the military, go serve this country, protect this country, but you can't own a rifle at 18 years old. Well, anyway, that's dead in the water. Now, there's other bills they propose, like putting a fuel tax on jet fuel. Let's extort the airport some more, you know what I mean? Anyway, and also a big bill here in Rhode Island, which woke a lot of people up besides the gun stuff. Now, regardless if you love Trump or not, okay, if you support our President Trump or not, that's your right, okay? I'm not saying you should be a Trump supporter or not, whatever. That's your right to vote for whoever you want for president. However, what they're trying to do here in Rhode Island is they're trying to stop you. First of all, they put a bill through. They try to get it through to say, hey, 2020, you ain't going to be able to vote for Trump in Rhode Island because he didn't show his tax returns when he did. You know what I mean? And so they're trying to tell you who you can vote for. And I'm glad Paul came on too. How's it going, Paul? I called you Mike Pence, man. I'm sorry I credited you, and I don't know why I put you. It's Mike Pence. But anyway, Paul Pence here, he's running for lieutenant governor here in the state of Rhode Island against our useless lieutenant governor, Daniel McKee. So I urge people strongly to get out and vote for Paul Pence for lieutenant governor. And I'm going to read down a list of politicians and candidates, people that are incumbents, and also candidates who are running for office. Now, this is very big. This is critical, key, folks. Now, because of these draconian bills going on in the state of Rhode Island, it's woken a lot of people up, big time. People have come out by the thousands, storming the State House to say, you're not taking our damn gun rights over our dead bodies. We had testimonies going out to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes. Thousands of people show up to say, you're not taking our guns. So now, let's use that momentum, Rhode Island. How many governors have we had? Chafee, Sutherland, Gina Raimondo, how many governors have we that have been tyrannical? And every year these people get back in, every single year. Because why? The majority, which is us, fails to get out and vote. That's got to stop, folks. This is Rhode Island here. We need to this is the vestige of hope is right here. The entire country starts in Rhode Island. It all started here, folks. Why are we letting these scumbags, a few people, control our lives and taking away our constitutional rights? It starts here, okay? You all have, my hat's off, and I salute every one of you who got out there, took time out of work, away from their family to get out to that State House by the thousands, testifying to the wee hours in the morning to save our gun rights. And thanks to you, thanks to every one of you that did this, okay, in some way, form, or fashion that you supported the gun rights, either you wrote into somebody, called somebody, spread the news, or you got down there yourself, whatever you had to do, okay, my hat is off to you, and I salute every one of you. God bless you. Because you took part of major history in the state of Rhode Island. You stopped this tyrannical gun control. Because it was said, this was what was taught, the talk in the State House. This was the talk between the progressives, okay? They were 100% sure they were going to push gun control this year. 100%. They were so confident, just like they were confident about Hillary Clinton winning. See how that worked out. That's because the hand of God plays a big role in this, folks. And they were so confident on pushing gun control, banning semi-automatic weapons, taking your high-capacity magazines away. They were very confident that this was going to go through this year. We're going to go through. We got millions and millions of dollars come from Bloomberg, from George Soros, all these people, the Muslim Man Action and all this stuff. We're pushing it through this year. It failed, okay, because of you people. You people getting out to that State House, you people writing out to these people and call them saying, listen, you're not taking our damn gun rights. The courageous people get up before that microphone, screamed at these damn senators, and said, over our damn dead bodies, you can take our firearms. I was one of them. Countless hours that we spent at the State House, Carlos Souza, Frank Sicosio from the Rhode Island Second Amendment Coalition, the Rhode Island Rifle Association, and all these other companies, gun stores, gun clubs, gun organizations, just regular people coming out and just doing what they had to do, okay? Going through legislation, sitting there like for hours on end, going through the bills, trying to talk to these politicians and everything else, lobbying for gun rights. All the work we had to do to keep our Second Amendment here in the state of Rhode Island. So my hat is off to all you. I salute every one of you. This is a huge victory against the globalists. And they want our guns, and they hell-bent, okay? I'm telling you right now, this is what needs to be done. We had a major victory, okay? Don't let it be in vain, because I'm telling you right now, these people that are in office now, they get back in office next year, they're going full swing, because at that point, their seats are not up for grabs. So they're not going to care. They got the globalists behind them, the lobbyists and all that stuff. They're going to go full force. And they're going to push it, and we're going to have to fight this in court. But we can prevent that from happening now, because we are the majority, okay? And look at the last governor's race back in 2012, okay? Record low numbers showed up to vote. Record low. Okay, we have the biggest majority here in the state of Rhode Island of voters is independents. And if you're a convicted felon, I want to let you know this, you serve time in jail or prison, you are now allowed to vote. Once you served your time and come back out into the community, you are now allowed to vote. They're not advertising this because they don't want you to vote, but you are now allowed to go register to vote again, okay? So we need people out there, okay, everybody to get out and vote this time. This is big, okay? We had a big victory, don't let it die in vain, because I'm telling you right now, we don't defeat these scumbags in November, okay, it's over. Okay, it is over. Unless this is what's going to happen in November, okay? We don't get out there and vote these people out. It's going to come to one or two options. And I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be very, very firm what I'm going to say, okay? If we don't get out there and vote these people out of office, come November and they get sworn in January, come February when they start pushing these bills out, guess what's going to happen? They're going to go slide right through and become laws. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to leave us with only one of two options. Turn our guns in or go to a civil war. That's what's going to happen, okay? That's the options you have right now if you let these people back in office. We could prevent all that, God forbid, for any of that to ever happen. But all this could be prevented right now if you get out there, take your aggression out at the voting booths. Okay, get your friends signed up, get your families, get them off their asses, okay? Get them out there, okay? We need to vote these people, these cockroaches of humanity, out of office, plain and simple. And I'm going to name the big list of people that needs to go. And you need to support these politicians and these candidates who are running for these seats against these tyrants. Of course, Governor Gina Raimondo, Mrs. Consul Foreign Relations, backed by the globalists, big time. She's hell-bent. She said this ain't enough with the bump stocks and the red flag bill. She wants to take your guns. That openly stating this. It's not a secret no more. And so we got three great candidates to choose from. Okay, you got Alan Fung, he's a mayor of Cranston, and Patricia Morgan gunning for the Republican nomination. Both great choices. And you also got another great choice, an independent, is Joseph Trillo. I mean, I talked to all three of these people, and great people. And I'm not going to sit there and infight whatever. I'm not about that. You got choices between three great candidates for governor. Three great candidates for governor. Either one of them would make a hell of a lot better governor than Gina Raimondo. We need to get Gina the hell out, plain and simple. And lieutenant governor, you got Paul Pence here running for lieutenant governor. I put Mike Pence on the paper because Anyway, but you got him running. He's a Republican nomination to run against Daniel McKee, which Mr. McKee is a useless bag of libtard salad, if you want to call it that way. He just kisses the ass every time Gina says boo or jump. He does it, you know what I mean? And a huge gun grabber. Speaking of gun grabbers, Sheldon Whitehouse, U.S. Senator Sheldon Whitehouse, has been there for years. He does nothing but kiss the ass of the progressives. He hates the Constitution. He's always, and when you ask him these questions, I ask him so many questions in person. He's the best at going around the bush. He'll never get to the point directly. He'll give you blah, 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 when it has nothing to do with what you asked him. So we got a good friend. He's a state representative right now, Mr. Bobby Notarillo. He's running against Sheldon Whitehouse for U.S. Senate. We need to put Bobby in office. So if you live in District 2, U.S. Senate District 2, you need to vote for Bobby Notarillo. Amazing candidate. I mean, I know him very much, and he's a real good person, a good-hearted person, constitutionalist. And you got Congressman Jim Landrigan, okay, who's been there for 18 years, done absolutely nothing except for get a post office named after him. Okay, he gets the sympathy votes because he's in a wheelchair. And he claims, a gun, which he did get shot, paralyzed him. So he uses that as for his advantage to go lobby for gun control. When it said that they were screwing around with a gun, that's why he got shot in the first place, and it had nothing to do with any of that stuff. But anyway, this guy does nothing but vote for gun control. He can't stand the Constitution. He's a globalist. Okay, but everybody feels bad for him because he's in a wheelchair. That needs to end, okay? You're running for a U.S. congressional seat, okay? It doesn't matter what your handicap is. There's no discrimination, absolutely. But this guy does absolutely nothing, okay? He's running against my real good friend, close friend, Salvatore Caioso, who's also a disabled person. He's a disabled combat veteran. He was served in the United States Army and the Navy. So how do you get better leadership than that? Somebody that's been in the military, two major branches of the service. He's a small business owner in Warwick there. I mean, the guy's done so much already for the state of Rhode Island, that he's not even in office yet. He uses his own money to go to Washington, lobbies for veterans' rights. He stopped the RIPTA from taking disabled people's passes. He's trying to save the fishing industry here, the Rhode Island fishery industry. He's trying to save that. He's going to Washington all the time to help stop this stuff. And he's done so much, there's a lot more stuff more. And I interviewed a lot of these people here. And, of course, we got gun grabbing. Everybody knows Congressman David Cicilline. Okay, this guy definitely needs to go. He's worse than Jim Landrigan. He's always the first one to trash the president. Always the first one to push bills out at the beginning of the year to try to ban semi-automatics nationwide. You know what I mean? And I forgot the name of his bill, but he wants to ban all semi-automatics nationwide. That's his goal. Okay? Openly call for total disarmament of the American people. And we got a great candidate running against him. His name is a young guy named Daniel Guilmette. He is amazing, okay? Young, idealistic, constitutionalist. He loves liberty, loves people, loves this country. So we need to vote for him. And we got other great candidates in the state of Rhode Island who run for state reps, state senators, town councilmen and such. And I don't have time to name them all. I'm going to name some of these people. Ron Leparto. He's running. Ronald Odgerchuk, okay, good friend of mine, my cousin there. He's running for town council. Dick Tony Jones, he's running for council again. Dan Elliott, he's running for state rep. Mike Chippendale, he's already a state rep. He's running for re-election. Blake Flippy, can't say enough about Blake. Blake's amazing. He's got the very intelligent, calm, collective, always knows what to say. I mean, the guy, I can't say enough about him. I hope he becomes the next Speaker of the House someday. But Blake Philippi, he's running for re-election for state rep. He represents Block Island. And you got Sherry Roberts, another great, I mean, I can't say enough about any of these people. Sherry Roberts, she's a strong champion for the Second Amendment. Her district's out in Coventry. She's a state rep. I can't remember the district numbers, but you can look them up. Great people running, okay? You got Justin Price, another good friend of mine. Guy is amazing. I can't say enough about him. He's running for re-election for state rep. And Julie Caioso, my good friend Sal Caioso's daughter, she's also running for state rep in Warwick, Rhode Island. I forgot the district again. I think it's 21, whatever. But she's running for state representative. So you got Salvatore Caioso and Julie Caioso, his daughter, father and daughter running for congressman and state rep. So you got a lot of good candidates. There's more. I get the list updated, whatever. But we need to get behind these politicians here in the state of Rhode Island, and I can't say enough about these people. And here in Rhode Island, we've been fighting tooth and nail this year. It was a hard fight. They were sure. They were 100% sure going into session, the beginning of last year, that they were going to push gun control. Very confident, very cocky. The same cockiness, okay, that they had. Julia's number 24. Thanks, Mike. Julie Casiario is always running for District 24. I should know that because I talk to them all the time. So, Salvatore, her father, is a very close friend of mine. Like I call him my cousin, whatever, but very close friend of mine. And yeah, great people running. But anyway, the Democrats, the progressives, were very sure they were going to push gun control this year. Very confident. And again, they were the same kind of confidence and cockiness they had when Hillary was running. They were sure Hillary was going to win. Same thing this year. They were sure they were going to push gun control. They were sure. And the hand of God worked for all of us to get off our asses, get out there to the State House, do what we had to do to win, okay? And the fight's not over, okay? Yes, right now we could breathe a sigh of relief right now, until the next campaign season comes along, which is a couple months. The declaration, I believe, starts next week for candidates to declare. Now, I want to tell you people out there, find out who your state rep is, find out who your state senator is, and you need to get out there and vote. And now, listen, a lot of these people are going unopposed. I mean, you have Josh Miller, I forgot what district he's in. He's a state senator, in Cranston and Johnston area. This guy needs to go. 2 elections in a row, he ran unopposed. He didn't even have to put one sign out. Nobody ran against him. Well, he just got a sign and just bam. He got right in. This is the same guy who told me and my camera, the video went viral. Nationwide, people all over the country calling him. Hundreds of thousands of people just constantly bombarding his phone at his work and everything else, his restaurants, telling him to screw off because he told all of us, and excuse my language, when I asked him about the Second Amendment, he goes, "Go fuck yourself," just like that. He said it twice, and his little cameraman scumbag buddy said the same thing. This went viral, okay? That's a state senator of Rhode Island telling you, the American people believe in the Second Amendment, to go fuck yourself. Excuse my language, I apologize. But that's what, I'm just quoting what he said. Now, this is huge, folks. This is the kind of attitude, the kind of mentality of these people. And I'm not saying all Democrats are bad. We got great Democrats in Rhode Island, some of them who do love the Second Amendment, like Todd Giroux, who ran for governor twice. Strong Second Amendment supporter. The only reason why he wasn't invited to the debates for the governors and WPRI Channel 12's debates, because he supported the Second Amendment. He supported the Constitution. Oh, no, you can't have a Democrat do that. No. You know what I mean? When he was a real Democrat, not like these progressives today, a bunch of slimy scumbags. And I'm far from politically correct, and I'm not going to be politically correct. The gloves are off, okay? They're playing hardball. They're exploiting poor kids, getting out there at 11 o'clock at night in the State House when they should be in bed at home, getting ready for school the next morning. But they bring them out to the State House to sit there and like, oh, I'm so scared of the guns because they've been brainwashed with this garbage rhetoric, not knowing that the Second Amendment is going to save their future. You know what I mean? So our time is now, folks. And the thing is, we can't be selfish, okay? This ain't about me. I'm going to be 44 years old in a couple of days, okay? I still got hopefully another 20, 30 years on this planet, hopefully, but I'm looking out for the future of the kids here. It's not about me, Dan Bidondi. It's about your children, my children, the next generation. That's what it's about, and the generation after that. Are they going to live in tyranny? That's up to you. That is up to you if our children and your grandkids are going to live in tyranny or they're going to live in freedom. And I forgot what one of the founding fathers said at the time, during the start of the revolution, they said, if there was to be war, let it be today so our children's generations can live in freedom. That's the attitude all of us need right now. The attitude that we have to do whatever possible we have to do to save the Second Amendment. Because when it's gone, it's all over. Plain and simple. Kiss your asses goodbye. Plain and simple. Look at Europe. Europe, you can't go out at night in Europe no more without getting mugged by Islamic invaders, these extremists and everything else. And you can't go out and do anything anymore. They're being overrun by criminals. Stabbings are through the roof. So do we really want to be like Europe? The UK, the very country in Britain that we fought our independence for. Why are we listening to them? We fought our independence against Britain. Why are we looking to them for leadership? No, they should be looking to us. We've been a beacon of hope for the last 200 plus years on this entire planet. The entire planet's looked to the United States of America. What made us great? Not we try to be like Australia or try to be like the UK. No, we got to be like Americans. Sure, we're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. We're never going to have perfect crime rates and whatever else. Especially because you keep talking the Second Amendment. And I'm not going to go through stats here. I mean, that's all been played out. Everybody knows the stats on both sides. So I'm not going to sit there and go through stats. But I'm just saying, man, like, what made America great is God, guns, and the Constitution. Sure, you don't have to believe in God. It's your right to do so. That's what we have the First Amendment for. And, you know what I mean? So you don't have to believe in some of the stuff, but, you know, it's the fact. It doesn't matter what you believe because this country is built on God, guns, and the Constitution. You know, that's what this country is about. That's what made us great. That's what made us the strongest rock on the planet. Because our faith in God, Jesus Christ, the doctrine of Christ, the guns, with everybody's civil liberties of us Americans, we loved, since day one in this country, we loved having guns here. And we loved having our weapons. I mean, the King Philip War, before this country was started over guns. The revolution was started over guns, okay? And yes, taxation without representation. Was started over guns when the British, and especially the Battle of Lexington Green, when the British wanted to take the civilians' firearms. That's what really started the revolution. And also here in Rhode Island, Roger Williams was tired of the shit. He's like, you know, you're not going to force the Church of Britain, Church of England down our throats. You're not going to take our firearms. You're not going to tax us. You come to Rhode Island, you're free to be Christians. You're free to possess firearms. You're free without taxation. And we sunk the damn Gaspy when they tried to impose the crap on us. So here in Rhode Island and Massachusetts, we started the revolution. And what's making me sick the most, you have Massachusetts, Connecticut, the Constitution state. These three states of all states, okay, we were the founders of this great nation. Why are we allowing scumbags like that governor in Connecticut there, allowing them to take their gun rights like that? You know what I mean? We need to take, the things here is, like I said, our mission. We need to save Rhode Island. We need to save Rhode Island when we get it secured. We got to start working with our neighbors, Massachusetts, Connecticut, to take their gun rights back. And hopefully hold off the gun attacks on Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire, because right now they're all constitutional carry, and they are being heavily attacked by the progressives. We need to take New England back. Once we take New England back, we got the whole country after that, because everybody else falls in line afterwards. We got a strong gun support in Florida, still strong in Texas, so we got a good chance at this. Because we've been hijacked, I'm going to lay it right out, we've been hijacked by the globalists. The writings have been on the walls for years. I was called a conspiracy theorist 20 years ago when I was telling people this stuff. Oh, you're a conspiracy. That will never happen here. Yeah, or the Second Amendment is too strong. That's a bunch of crap, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theory stuff. And guess what? It happened because you fell asleep. People fell asleep at the wheel. That's why this country is going into the pits of hell. Because people fell asleep, and they called us the conspiracy theorists, wackos, the damn Bidondis, the Alex Jones, all you people conspiracy theorists, and we were right. We didn't want to be right, but we were right. We tried to warn you people. And I know a lot of people out here watching right now, you've already known this stuff. I'm just talking about the people who were like, you know what I mean? So we need to spread this information out. We need to get people on board for the Second Amendment. Start going to if you have kids in school, tell them, bring their friends home, okay, start after-school programs, once a week, once a month, whatever, to educate them on the importance of the Second Amendment. Start these afternoon groups, get the parental signatures, whatever, bring them to the gun range, teach them gun safety and everything else. This is very important because the Democrats, that's what they're doing, except for the opposite. They're getting them in groups to say, oh, the Second Amendment's bad, they're going to come and kill you. And what they do is they push these drills in the schools. Yeah, the drills are good, absolutely. But what they do is they push these drills in the schools, and when the drills are going on, they really indent it in their heads, make the kids so fearful that, oh my God, we should be in the Second Amendment, oh my God. But not thinking, wait a minute, if my teacher had a gun and was very well trained, I'd feel a lot safer. The media will never tell you that, but most kids think that way. And your school staff, and the thing is, I tell the schools all the time, you don't have to advertise who's carrying a gun. Give the teachers the options. If they don't want to carry it, hey, that's their right not to. If they want to, let them. And only the principal and the top staff of the school knows who's armed and who's not armed. You don't advertise with it because they say, well, if the kids get the gun. Well, you don't walk around and say, hey, kid, look at my gun. No, you keep it concealed. And nobody knows who has a gun. That's how you do things. I mean, there's a Catholic school in Texas that does that. And the kids feel very secure and safe. And some other schools in Texas and everything, we need to follow that. And Israel's done that. Since 1974, they only had 2 school shootings, and both times the criminals were stopped dead, resulting in 0 deaths for kids. We need to do that stuff, okay? So what made America great is us being Americans. That's what made America great, plain and simple. And again, they're out there attacking our gun rights. They're telling us who we can and can't vote for now. Pushing the taxation upon us. They put the tolls. How much more do you want? Here's the Rhode Island, okay? All right, Rhode Island, listen, okay? How much more do you want, okay? Getting bent over all the time. What's up, James? They pushed the tolls. You said no. They said yes. They came up with the road works of Rhode Island. You all said no. They said yes. Road map Rhode Island. We all said no. They said yes. You know what I mean? Now the poor stocks deal. Millions of dollars of your taxpayers' money, the whole public said no. Then all polls, that maybe about 13% of Rhode Island approved of the funding for the stadium. So you had over 80% of Rhode Island said no, even most of the politicians, but guess what? Well, I'm sorry, not most because they're the ones who voted in, but 80% plus of Rhode Islanders said no, and guess what? They still did it anyway. Speaker Nicholas Mattiello, he needs to go too. He needs to get the hell out of there. And you got to find out every one of these people, state reps and state senators, who voted for these things, against our guns. Find out every one of them, and you vote their asses out. Or you run for yourself, or find somebody to do it. Elect somebody to do that. Say, hey, we call Tim or Samantha, we need you to run for us. You're a good speaker. You seem to represent the people good, whatever. We need you to run for our state rep or our state senator or whatever. So you need to get active, folks, because yes, a victory right now, celebrate it, but the victory will be short. I'm telling you right now. If we don't do something in November, this victory will only last till then. Because come the January, when they get sworn in, January, come February, when those bills get laid on the table again, it's over. They're going to slam them right through. Raimondo will sign it with a gold pen because they're hell-bent on taking it. And, the mayor of Pawtucket, he needs to go too. Garrett Bidondi, I think he is. He's the one saying, oh, yeah, well, I'll give millions of dollars of my money for the city to the stadium. But, yeah, Pawtucket's a shithole. And so I don't mean no disrespect to people who live in Pawtucket, but anybody who just drove through Pawtucket knows it's a shithole. Businesses are going under. Half the businesses are all boarded up. Homes are all boarded up. I mean, those streets are like decapitated. But yeah, you want to use millions of dollars for a stadium when your own local businesses need it. Stop the damn tangible taxes if you want to help them out. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff in the state that needs to be done. Okay? And the tangible taxes is what's killing our businesses. That needs to go. Okay? Plain and simple. We need to eliminate tangible taxes. That alone would restore. And everybody that owns a business around knows exactly what I'm talking about. So that needs to go. But we got a lot of work to do, folks. It's a great victory. And again, my hats off, and I salute every one of you out there who did what you had to do to save the Second Amendment here in the state of Rhode Island. And breathe a sigh of relief right now. But Donald Grebian, that's his name, the mayor of Pawtucket. Thanks, James. So, breathe a sigh of relief right now. It's a major victory because they were sure they were going to push it. The hand of God played out for us this time. And, we're going to need it. We really are in November. So we need to get these people out of office, and we need to really make a change in the state of Rhode Island. And, the thing is, every one of you need to realize one thing, okay? I know it's been a tough fight. We've been at the State House hours and hours at a time, days and days and whatever. It's been a tough fight, but we've been taking part of history. And the thing is, this stuff doesn't sink into the average person. This stuff really doesn't sink in, okay? You took part of a major course in history. If we didn't do what we did here in the state of Rhode Island this year, right now, as we speak, we'd all be criminals for owning a semi-automatic. We'd all be criminals for owning high-capacity magazines if you didn't do what you had to do. So you need to let that sink in for a minute. You took part of history. Decades from now, okay, you want the kids, your great-great-grandkids and all that, you want them to be talking about, oh, yeah, I remember back in 2018, 19, when Rhode Island, they gave up the Second Amendment. We used to be able to own guns at one point. Or you want them to say, I remember my great-great-grandfathers back in 2019, 2018, 20, whatever, when they took charge, they did what they had to do to protect the Second Amendment in the state of Rhode Island, and that's why we still got our gun rights here today in 2048, 2050, whatever. You know what I mean? You need to look at that because it's a historical aspect. We've all taken part of this, okay? I didn't have the privilege to serve my country in the military. I joined, I got screwed out of my MOS. I didn't end up going. But I'm giving back by fighting for this country politically on the homeland. And every one of you who are doing this stuff is the same thing. This is very historic, and you need to understand how important for history this is. Because again, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it by Edmund Burke. And Thomas Jefferson, I know people say, well, it's a tedious fight. But you need to understand this. Thomas Jefferson said this, okay? Liberty is eternal vigilance. And we need to keep that vigilance up. We need to keep that tree of liberty fresh with blood of patriots and tyrants. That's what Thomas Jefferson said. And so hopefully we could do this politically, because I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be blunt with you. These people get back in office in November, come January and February of 2019, you're going to have one or two choices. Turn your guns in or go to a civil war, another revolution. That's the only two choices you got, okay? Unless we can stop this thing politically, and hopefully, I pray by the hand of God, that we could take these people out of power. Hit them where it hurts. And here's the thing. Here's the best thing about it, right? We showed up by the thousands to the 120, 130, maybe 440, and most of them were from out of state. Thousands of Rhode Islanders show up to State House to voice out our votes count. Our votes count. They didn't hear it. They didn't give a shit. But come November, when our votes really count, when the majority matters, when it's election season, that's when they're going to know, okay? You know, they're going to know what we mean business. And we can't just say, all right, we won, let's just settle down and be complacent. No, it's us to go up. We've been defending our gun rights for the last several years, especially since Sandy Hook. Okay? Now it's our time to take the offensive. In our time, we held back. We defended the Second Amendment here. Right here, June 24th, 2018. We defended the Second Amendment, okay? Now, September, which is the primaries, November is the general election. We need to take the offensive now. And to take the offensive, you get out to the voting booths, you support people that support the Second Amendment. And again, if you find out, you need to find out who your state rep is, who your state senator is. If you don't know, ask them. Or try to find out from other people if they support the Second Amendment or if they support civil liberties and all that. And if they don't, either you or find somebody to run against them. Or you know somebody's running against them, get behind them. And I can't say this enough. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. But this is very important, Rhode Island. And I'm going to be dedicating my whole summer to this, okay? I'm going to be dedicated to help these candidates I listed earlier to help them win their elections. We need to get these people in the office, okay? Because we're going to hit the global square hits. And here's the thing, okay? Listen, okay? This is what happened. This is how history works. Okay, this is how the spirit of God, the spirit of 1776 works in this country. Start of last year, right? The globalists spent millions. You know how many millions of dollars that went into the anti-gun campaign here in Rhode Island? Millions being floated by Bloomberg, from George Soros, from all these top globalists in the world, funding millions of millions of dollars into Rhode Island for gun control. Millions of dollars spent for what? That's exactly what happened in money, because we had a major victory yesterday. All that money gone, okay? And it shows you one damn thing. Money doesn't mean nothing. Sure, they got the money. They could put a sign on every damn pole across the state. But people, they don't buy the stuff no. People are waking up to the mainstream media. People are waking up to all the brainwashing and mind control. You know, most of the people don't trust the mainstream media no more. You have WPRI Channel 12 here in Rhode Island. I know I pick on them a lot, but rightfully deserved because they're biased, okay? They worship Linda Finn, okay? These globalist people come into our state to say we need gun control. You know, I mean, these people are pathetic, okay? The mainstream media here in Rhode Island is pathetic. That's why we need to battle around them. We need to get out word of mouth, social media, independent media like myself, the alternative media like myself. We need to get the stuff out there because we're reaching more people than they are. You know, I mean, go look at the YouTube channels, for example. You know what I mean? They put, like InfoWars, whatever, they got the quadruples any mainstream media here in Rhode Island. My channel is getting high. I mean, I got more hits on most of my videos than Channel 12 does. You know what I mean? So we are reaching a lot of people. So we are working away. The mainstream media, because they own the mainstream media. So it's not working no more. People are wise to it. So now they're running scared. They spent millions of dollars here in the state of Rhode Island for gun control, and they failed again. Billions of dollars over the last several years. Billions for gun control. And they failed. because of you people out there. The Spirit of God, the Spirit of 1776 has driven us, okay, to defend our civil liberties, okay? So we need to keep this positive momentum going into this election, and this is where we take the offensive, okay? We're going to show these son of a bitches one final time. We had enough of this shit here in Rhode Island. We're going to go right to those voting booths, and we are going to vote these son of a bitches out, plain and simple. That's where we take the offensive. You know, enough is enough. As that campaign says, oh, enough is enough. No, yeah, enough is enough. We're taking your asses out politically. And this goes out to you, criminal scumbag, Governor Gino Raimondo, okay? We are taking you out politically, okay? You're gone. Your free ride to the White House with Hillary Clinton win. Oh, what happened to that free ride? Oh, the ride got a flat tire. You know what I mean? So your ride to the White House ain't there no more, so now you're hoping to get with re-election. When the only supporters you have is those idiots from Mothers Demand Action. That's the only people you have, because when you sign these bills, the only people you got behind you is the red shirts, which are red coats. It's not a coincidence, the colors. And you got the criminal police chiefs behind you. Oh, yeah, gun control. When they're putting their own cops, their own officers' lives in danger. And I told people out this a lot. I don't know how many times I had state police officers, high-ranking state police officers at that, city police, Capitol Police, come up to me, shake my hand, thank me for what I'm doing. And they wish to God that they could have a voice to get up there and speak, because they know damn well gun control kills cops. Look at all the states that have gun control. Cops are being shot dead every day because the only people who have guns more is the criminals. Now, when you have states that have criminals, or when you have guns in the hands of civilians, law-abiding citizens, that will defend a cop, you know what I mean? Like, it puts the criminals at bay. And the cops know this. And I don't know how many, there's a couple of state police officers told me right out, that captain that gets up there and speaks for gun control all the time, they said, listen, I want to let you know, man, they don't speak for us. He does not speak for us, okay? Please don't confuse us with them. You know what I mean? And the city cops in Pawtucket, Central Falls, you have the police chief in Central Falls, Rhode Island. He's the leader of the police union. First one up there all the time to preach for gun control. His own officers, I know a lot of them, his own officers don't agree with him. His own police officers don't support gun control. They know how it's going to kill them, too. It's going to kill everybody. Who's running against? I don't know, man. I got to find that out. But I'm compiling a list of people that we need to vote out, a list of good people we need to vote in, and try to get all the information and all that stuff. But we need to start working and taking the offensive now. Again, we defended it, and now it's time to take the offensive and kick some ass, plain and simple. But I don't want to keep you all up all night, and I just wanted to share this exciting news. And, yeah, celebrate for now. Take a breath of relief. You're still safe to have an AR-15. You're still safe to have your semi-automatic or your assault weapons, the big bad assault weapons. I mean, these people are just ridiculous. They really are. Why do you need one of those? Oh, because I want one. It's none of your damn business. Here's the thing. It's none of the government or state's like I told them when I testified. It's none of your damn business what I own, how much I own. If I want to buy a friggin' M60, I'll go buy one. And if you think you got to infringe on it, right there. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not politically correct, okay? Because I know a lot of people who run for office, whatever, they try to be on the politically correct side. I'm not, okay? Even if I was running for office, that's even more I'm not going to be politically correct. And yes, I did plan on running for office this year. It might be in the works, okay? But I think I could do more damage in a good sense of doing what I do now. So I might be running for office. I'm not sure yet. I'm talking to some people and all that. But I do plan on running for office, and hopefully someday I do down the road, not now, down the road. Okay, I want to run for governor. That's been my goal since day one, and I do want to run for governor someday. And but until then, I'm going to run for like either state senate or a state rep, and work my way through whatever, get more known. And but I do want to run for governor, man. And when I tell you my thing. Governor, I don't care. I don't give a shit what the House or Senate say. As governor, first executive order is the constitutional carry for the state of Rhode Island. And I can tell all the police chiefs at that point right there. I don't give a shit what you say. You don't like it, get out, plain and simple. We're going to restore freedom back in Rhode Island. We're going to restore, because Rhode Island led the charge back in the 1700s for the revolution. We led the charge, okay? And we're going to lead it again if we have to. So we are going to do this politically, folks, in November. I can't say it enough. We're going to get out there and vote. So come on, guys, let's keep the momentum going. Remember, again, all those billions of dollars that the Soros are spending, that the Bloombergs are spending, even the Bill Gates even puts money into that. Okay, all the millions and billions of dollars are spending, okay, doesn't mean nothing, okay? 5 minutes of truth could bring down a whole billion-dollar operation. Okay, the Spirit of God. I mean, like, I could go all through history with this stuff, how we overcome overwhelming odds. And if you think about it, right, back in the 1700s, who do we beat, okay? We beat the world's largest, okay, the most armed, the most trained army in the entire planet. Just a bunch of ragtag people. And most of us weren't even professional soldiers. And we beat them because we had God with us. Even King George was embezzled over that. He goes, what the hell drives these people? And George Washington said, what separates the American Christian from anybody else on the planet is that they would die on their feet and live on our knees. And that's the attitude we need to have today. No more being cowards or pansies or being politically correct. We got to watch what we say. No, enough of that crap. Because they're not being politically correct when they're killing our kids in these school shootings and they open the doors to school shooters. Here in Rhode Island, Gina Raimondo, I guess she wants to take all the guns. She don't want nobody at all at schools with guns. Completely no cops, no nothing, no guns at all. So it's basically she's putting a red carpet down for some maniac to come in and shoot the kids. That's what she's doing. And yet a criminal attorney general here in the state of Rhode Island, which I think he's up for re-election, I'm not sure, but Peter Kilmartin, he needs to go, okay? He refused to put people's names from the NICS list, the NICS. That's that list when people are deemed mentally insane or they're convicted criminals. It's the Attorney General's responsibility to submit that list to the FBI. So now, because this is what they were hoping on, him not submitting names for the NICS list, hundreds of criminals and the same people that were still able to go out and buy a gun. So in other words, they'll walk into a gun store and they fill out the proper paperwork. It goes to the FBI. The FBI says, oh, they're clean. Bam. Oh, here you go. There's a gun, legal gun. So they were hoping. And I know people say, how could they really do that? I don't think the state would have. Yeah, they would. Okay, these people don't stop at nothing. Okay, they'll use kids any which way they can to push an agenda. They don't care about kids. They don't care about nothing. Okay, this is the reality. Years ago we called conspiracy theorists. Now people are starting to see the truth. Okay, they don't know any lows. Okay, they were hoping for a school shooting here in the state of Rhode Island. The hand of God stopped it in here in Rhode Island because we were calling for that. We were not calling for that. We were exposing this. Okay, that they are going to stage a school shooting here in Rhode Island, and the hand of God came down and stopped that. Okay, Peter Kilmartin purposely failed to put these people's names on the NICS list because they were hoping and praying that somebody went to buy a legal gun so they could use it in the media. Say, look, he had a legal gun and he killed a bunch of kids. Or the concert, whatever the hell they have in Rhode Island. So they were hoping for this. And people say, well, they ain't going to hope for people's deaths. And yes, they are. Okay, they know no lows, okay, these people. These globalists, that's how they work. It's about this, okay? They don't care about lives, okay? The only thing they care about is pushing the damn agenda. They were hoping for this to happen in the state of Rhode Island. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care what I get called, okay? I'm telling you, because these people are going to go all out, okay? One thing about evil you need to understand, okay? They can't take losing, okay? They come out like a bunch of crying, like you see when Donald Trump won the presidency. Look at the crying Hillary Clinton people. You know what I mean? The one thing evil can't stand is losing, okay? And they act out like a bunch of childish scum, okay? Evil scum that they are. And I'm telling you right now, they're going to go all out, okay? And we need to be on alert at all times. They're going to stage a shooting. And I'm not saying it's going to be fake, whatever. I'm saying that somebody's going to do something, okay? Because they would rather kill people than us keeping our liberties. And that's the truth. We showed you time and time and time again. Again, we were called conspiracy theorists back then, a bunch of loonies. That would never happen. It's happened over and over and over again. People are waking up from it. And years ago, they called Dan Bidondi, the Alex Jones, all these alternative people, a bunch of nutbags. Oh, but they were right? Oh, my God. Wow. Well, we were conspiracy theorists. Now we're right. Because we've been telling the truth. The writings are on the wall. And the thing is, it's not people making stuff up. When you see something, okay, you see the warnings out there, and you put the pieces together to see the picture, and you tell the people what's going on, that's all you're doing. You're not making stuff up. You know what I mean? You're seeing the writings on the wall that normal people can't. And I'm blessed every day. I really am. And I'm not taking credit. I give all credit to God. But when I see things, okay, I can see through the lines. And I can see what their agenda's about, what their playbook is. It's like going to the opposing football. Like you turn invisible, for example, right? And you walk across the field to your opposing football team, and you look at the playbook, and you're looking at where the coach's finger is, what play they're going to call, and you let your team know what play they're going to call. That's the ability I have. I have the ability to see what plays they're going to call these Globals people, and I have the ability to see this stuff. And again, all glory to God, but we need to take action, folks. And this ain't no laughing matter. This is not some kind of conspiratorial thing, because we've been right all this time. And I hate it. If you think I love to be right about this stuff, not at all. I mean, I pray to God every day that I was wrong about all this stuff. I told people on record, a week before Sandy Hook, they're going to go shoot up a school. They're going to go kill kids because the UN Small Arms Treaty failed, and they need something like this to push gun control. And right after that, a week later, on record, I told people this. They're going to go shoot up a school within a week or two. Sure enough, a week later, Sandy Hook happens, killing all those kids in Connecticut. And if you think I love to be right about it, no. I cried. I mean, I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? I would love to anything in the world for somebody to say, you were wrong, and I'd be like, I would love it. You know what I mean? But we know how these people work, okay? We know the mindset, we know their playbook, their blueprint, and everything else. These people will stop at nothing to get the communist agenda through. That's why we need to arm the schools. That's why we need to thwart their plans, okay? Number one, faith in God, and I don't know what you believe. That's your right to believe what you want. But I believe in Jesus and Yeshua Messiah, our Savior God, God in the flesh, and as Jesus, and our Heavenly Father God in the Holy Bible. That's what I believe in. What most of the founding fathers and most of the country believed in back then. That's what I believe in. I believe in the Second Amendment, which is all the constitutional rights. The only thing the founding fathers made a mistake in is they should have made the Second Amendment the first, because without the Second Amendment, you don't have the rest, you know what I mean? And, the whole thing is that the state or the federal government, they have no authority at all to touch the Second Amendment. It was created by the people, for the people. And it's to protect us from them. So what authority do they have to even touch it? They don't. If something was created for us to protect us against them, they can't touch it with a 10-foot pole. You can't vote out the Second Amendment. It's an unalienable right. It's set in stone. That cannot be voted out, cannot be edited or amended. Unalienable rights is exactly what it is. That's why the first 10 amendments are strong. Okay, the first 10 amendments are set in stone. They're unalienable rights that cannot be touched. Because if you allow government to touch it, that defeats the whole purpose. You know what I mean? So Jesus is God manifested in the flesh. Amen, brother. We need to keep to this fight, folks, and I'm going to end this here. And thank you all for tuning in. And we need to spread this around to people, especially in the state of Rhode Island. We need the hand of God. We need to get on our knees every night and pray. And I can't thank God enough for helping me just get out there, reaching out to people in the state. And that's why I'm a big target in the state of Rhode Island. I got officials all the time up my ass, and it's crazy. That's a whole video altogether. And I just thank God all the time for helping me with this knowledge and waking people up. I'm doing my best, man. And I have to work two different part-time jobs, whatever, to get stay alive, whatever. I don't get no money at all from these shows, whatever. And when I worked for InfoWars, I got paid, but we don't get paid for this stuff. Okay, we do this on our own accord. I spend my own money to do this stuff just to get the truth out there, because I feel obligated. I feel it's my duty to bring the truth out to people. And there's old saying, the pen is mightier than a sword, and it goes a long way. It really is, because this here could do more damage than any gun. Truth is the most powerful weapon on the planet. And you could penetrate anything, okay? They had a wall of billions of dollars, and 30 seconds of truth could penetrate that and blow it up. You know what I mean? So, do you find who else is running? Yeah, I'll find out, James. I'm going to find out all the information, who's running against who, whatever. But Don Gribian, he complete idiot. He really is, for the city of Pawtucket, and they need a better leader. That's for sure. And here's the other thing, too. People live in Central Falls, okay? Now we have Mayor Dioso, James Dioso. He's usually voting against the guns, okay? But I know the guy personally. He's a great guy. Personally inside, he's an awesome guy, okay? He's a Democratic mayor of Central Falls. And we need to reach out to that guy. I mean, like, he's got a heart of gold. He really does, okay? But he's been misled by these assholes we'll let you meet the Pope, which they did. We'll let you meet the presidents, all these top-notch people to make him feel good, give him all kinds of money to restore Central Falls and all that. But the kid is a great-hearted person. He's not a kid, I'm sorry. The man is a great-hearted person. He's a young mayor. Very nice guy, but we need to reach out to this guy. We need to take him shooting. We need to educate him on the Second Amendment. Look at Mayor Alan Fung. At first, he came out against the Second Amendment. He didn't know much because they brainwashed him to say that guns are bad. Somebody took him shooting to the range. All of a sudden, Alan Fung, now it's about 4 or 5 years now, he fully supports the Second Amendment now. He's a candidate for governor. You know what I mean? So all it takes is somebody to reach out. You know, people who live in Central Falls, Pawtucket, go meet the mayor of Central Falls. He's a great guy. I can't say nothing bad about it except for the point he votes against these gun bills. Votes against the gun rights. But I got to actually reach out to him and try to get him to come to the range because the poor guy is misled. I mean, he's got his Democratic leaders who are constantly brainwashing this guy. But I really believe that this guy could turn around, just like Mayor Alan Fung did. I really believe that you could turn this guy around. This guy is a great person, and I know he really does believe in God and all that. And that being said, that alone could turn this man's heart. He's a real good guy, but we need to start reaching out to people like that to try to wake them up and try to turn them to the good side, if you want to call it that. And because we're on a fight for our lives, folks, and it is a good side, actually, because anything for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is good. That's what God supports. This is what this country is about, okay? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, okay? And what these people are doing, it's totally opposite from that. But anyway, guys, love you all. God bless. And again, salute every one of you. It just made me so proud. When I went to the State House about over a month ago, we had 4,000 people flooded in, I had tears coming out of my eyes. I was looking out the window upstairs from the library and the State House, the second floor, looking out the window, people all around on the third floor too, everywhere. I had tears coming out of my eyes. I just felt the power of liberty going through me. You could feel the electricity. Just people just waiting in line in the cold just to get in there, okay, just to voice out. And they just flooded the hallways and everything else. Just everybody's screaming and yelling in a good way, and just like the electricity of liberty came alive in Rhode Island. All the years I've been doing this stuff, never seen it like this yet. Rhode Island has woken up, and we need to keep the fight alive. We need to get out to these damn voting booths and take the attack to them this time. Stop defending now. Let's take the damn offense. And anyway, guys, love you all. God bless. And remember, you are the resistance. Dan Bidondi for TruthRadioShow.com.
New World Order.
God bless.
TruthRadioShow.com.